This time I will be showing you how to crochet this beautiful narrow lace tape. For work, you need a ball of yarn and a crochet hook. To begin, make a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and join the chain in the round by making a slip stitch through the first chain stitch. Begin the first round. Chain 3 to bring up the yarn. 1, 2, 3. Then continue with the puff stitch. To work the puff, yarn over, insert the hook into the ring and pull up a loop through. Pull the loop to the level of 2 chain stitches. Then repeat again, yarn over and pull up a loop through the ring. We have 5 loops on the hook. Now to complete the puff, we need to do yarn over and pull through 4 loops that are on the hook. 2 loops remain on the hook, then yarn over and pull through 2. The puff stitch is made. For this puff stitch, I repeat yarn over and pull up a loop 2 times and completed the puff in 2 steps. Let's continue. Chain 1 and again work the same puff stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop 1 and 2, then yarn over, pull through 4 and yarn over, pull through 2. The second puff stitch is ready. Repeat again, chain 1 and work the next puff stitch. Work puff stitches into the ring till the end of this round. Between the puffs, make 1 chain stitch. By the end of this round, there should be 10 puff stitches. We made 2, continue and crochet 8 more. Here I made 10 puff stitches in the round. Between the puffs, I chained 1. Now after the last puff stitch, chain 1 and complete the round by making a slip stitch through the first puff stitch. Just ignore the 3 chain stitches made on the beginning of this round. Work a slip stitch through the puff stitch. The first round is made. Before we begin the next round, make a slip stitch into the first chain space of 1 and now to work round 2, make 1 chain stitch up and single crochet into the same chain space. Then chain 1 and on top of this chain stitch, make a 3 chain picot. For picot, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a slip stitch through the 4th chain stitch away from the hook. The picot is ready. Continue single crochet 2 into the next chain space of 1, 1, and 2. Then repeat again, chain 1, and work a 3 chain picot on top of this chain stitch. Chain 3 and a slip stitch through the 4th chain stitch. Single crochet 2 into the next chain space of 1. Continue and work this nice picot trim till the end of this round. Here I'm about to complete this easy to crochet picot trim. Continue single crochet 2 into the last chain space of 1. Then chain 1 and make a 3 chain picot on top of this chain stitch. Chain 3 and a slip stitch through the 4th chain stitch away from the hook. Now to complete the second round, make a slip stitch through the first chain stitch of this round. Here we made a nice small round motif which has only 2 rounds and it is not difficult to crochet. With this motif we begin our lace tape. Now to continue we need to crochet pardal motifs working in rows. To begin the first pardal motif, chain 1 and single crochet into the same chain stitch that we worked a slip stitch through. Then continue chain 5 for the chain space, which is going to be the foundation for our pardal motif, and single crochet through the first single crochet after the first picot. You can see the single crochet made into the chain space, and it goes after the first picot. Single crochet through this single crochet. To continue, turn the work and begin the first row. Chain 3 to bring up the yarn, and then chain 1 more for the chain space. 2, 3, and chain 1 for the chain space. Then into the chain space of 5, make 7 puff stitches. Between the puffs, make 1 chain stitch. Let's begin. Yarn over, pull up a loop, repeat it twice, 1 and 2, then yarn over, pull through 4, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1 and work the same puff stitch, 1 and 2, yarn over, pull through 4 and 2. Chain 1 and work the third puff stitch. 3, chain 1, work a puff, chain 1, then the 5th puff stitch, 5, chain 1, 6, chain 1, and the last puff stitch, 1, 2, yarn over, pull through 4, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. Here I made 7 puff stitches into the chain space of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct. Now let's continue. To complete this row and at the same time connect this motif to the first round motif, skip the first picot, skip this one, then skip the next single crochet and single crochet into the second single crochet. Now turn the work to begin the second row. Under this first chain stitch, single crochet 2 times, 1 and 2. Then chain 1 and make a 3 chain picot on top of this chain stitch, chain 3, and a slip stitch through the 4th chain stitch away from the hook. Then repeat single crochet 2 into the next chain space of 1, 1 and 2, chain 1 and work a 3 chain picot. Then again single crochet 2 into the next chain space and continue. Keep working and crochet this trim till the end of this row. Let's complete this row together. I made a picot. Now under the next chain stitch, single crochet 1, and the second single crochet, work through the 3rd chain stitch counting from the bottom. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3. Insert the hook through this top chain stitch and work a single crochet through. The second row is made, and as you can see, the second motif of our lace, or the first pardal motif, is ready. The next motif will be working following the same instructions. To begin crocheting the next pardal motif, turn the work Make one turning chain and single crochet through the first single crochet in previous row. Then chain 5 to make the foundation chain space for our next motif. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now skip this next first picot, skip the next single crochet and single crochet through the second single crochet stitch from the picot. Now again turn the work and begin the first row of this second pardal motif. Chain 3 to bring up the yarn and then chain 1 more for the chain space. 1, 2, 3 and chain 1. Then into the chain space of 5, make 7 puff stitches. Between the puffs, chain 1. So work the first puff, yarn over, pull up a loop twice, then yarn over, pull through 4, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. Work the second puff, chain 1, continue, 3, chain 1, 4, chain 1, 5, chain 1, 6, chain 1, and the last puff stitch. 7 and chain 1. Then we need to attach this motif to the first round motif or the motif that is before the previous one. To do this, skip this first picot and single crochet through the next single crochet that goes right after the picot. Here what we have. Now turn the work to begin row 2. Under this first chain stitch, single crochet 2 times, 1 and 2. Then chain 1 and make a 3 chain picot on top of this chain stitch. Chain 3 and a slip stitch through the 4th chain stitch away from the hook. Then repeat single crochet 2 into the next chain space of 1, 1 and 2. Then chain 1 and make a 3 chain picot. Continue and work this trim till the end of this row. Let's complete the second row of this pardal motif. I made a picot. Now under the next chain stitch, single crochet 1. And the last single crochet, work through the 3rd chain stitch counting from the bottom. 1, 2, 3 and work a single crochet through the top chain stitch. The second pardal motif is made. Now I would like to continue and begin the third pardal motif. For this, turn the work, make one turning chain and single crochet through the first single crochet. Then chain 5 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. Skip the first picot, then skip the next single crochet and single crochet through the second single crochet stitch. Now turn the work and continue work row 1. Chain 3 to bring up the yarn. 1, 2, 3 and chain 1 more for the chain space. Then into the chain space of 5, make 7 puff stitches. Do not forget, chain 1 between the puffs. First puff stitch is made, chain 1, continue, and work until you have 7 puff stitches made into this chain space of 5. Here I made 7 puff stitches. After the last puff, I chained 1. Then we need to attach this motif to the one that goes before the previous one. To do this, skip this next picot, then skip the next single crochet and single crochet into the second single crochet from the picot. Now turn the work to begin the last row of this motif. Under the first chain stitch, single crochet 2, 1 and 2. Then chain 1 and make a 3 chain picot on top of this chain stitch. Chain 3 more in a slip stitch through the 4th chain stitch away from the hook. Then repeat single crochet 2 into the next chain space, 1 and 2. And again, chain 4 in a slip through the first chain stitch. Single crochet 2 into the next chain space. Continue and work in this way all the way across the row. To complete this motif, you need to crochet a picot trim till the end of this row. Let's complete this last pardal motif. Single crochet into the last chain space, and then single crochet through the 3rd chain stitch, counting from the bottom. Here is my 3rd chain stitch. Insert the hook and work a single crochet through. Here I've just completed the 3rd pardal motif of our lace. Now, to make your lace tape longer, you just need to continue and repeat the same pardal motif following the same instructions. This beautiful lace pattern is fast to crochet. From both sides, this lace tape looks completely the same. Here for demonstration, I made the same lace in different color. I made it much longer. It doesn't matter which side you are using as a right side, they are both the same looking. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more free tutorials.